to Table Talk with Journey Mexico. We organize sophisticated journeys throughout Mexico's lesser visited areas and some of its more visited areas. And we are doing our first edition of Table Talk here with Carmen Porras from El Arrayan. And Carmen, can you tell us a little bit about your ideas for Arrayan, how Arrayan came to be?
Hola. Yes, El Arrayan was opened in November 2003 with the idea to rescue some old recipes, family recipes, traditional recipes for our Mexican food and bring it to the next level in a very cozy ambiance with bilingual waiters, full bar, clean bathrooms.
I have to be honest, my wife and I, we lived right up the block for many years, and Arrayan became one of our favorite restaurants, yes, and continues to this day. So I am not exactly objective, but Arrayan has been voted here in Puerto Vallarta as one of the best restaurants and the best restaurant.
Best Mexican.
Best Mexican restaurant in Puerto Vallarta. And Puerto Vallarta, most people don't know this, but Puerto Vallarta has the highest concentration of signature chefs in all of Mexico, which is quite an accomplishment considering Mexico is such a culinary capital of the world. Most people know that Mexico has gorgeous beaches, and some people are aware that it has world-renowned archaeology, many different pre-Hispanic cultures, colonial cities. But more recently, Mexico is becoming rediscovered for its culinary and wine and spirits accomplishments. Can you tell us about the movement with Mexican cuisine and what's happening there?
Well, yes. Up until maybe 20 years ago, becoming a chef in Mexico was something strange for young girls, for younger people, for students. And right now in Mexico City and Guadalajara and Monterrey, there's universities and colleges that do have that study area, and you can become someone proficient in that area in school and get your certificate and go out in the industry and work. So a lot of people are going back to the roots and trying to make Mexican food more prominent food around the world, and they're discovering what they were eating at home is what people would love to eat, and they're improving their techniques based on what they've learned on the school, but going back on what grandma did cook at home.
So we're delighted to be here today, and we're especially excited to be partnering with Carmen and El Arrayan. And so we're going to today see in our inaugural edition of Table Talk, we're going to talk about what many people think of as lima bean soup, but this is not your typical lima bean soup that you had where your mom told you couldn't have dessert if you didn't eat all your vegetables. So what are we going to do then?
This recipe is from my family, and they cooked it like that. Spearmint will be used in the recipe, so it makes a really flavorful bean soup with some chunks of bean in there and that fresh flavor from the spearmint.
Great. All right. Well, let's head to the kitchen.
El orangután.
Those are the beans, whatever you call it. Baba, lima beans, I don't know.
So you put the beans directly into the oil?
Directly. This you can do so easy at home, right? Your kids will love it. They all eat all their vegetables. So you are going to give the beans some color. Not brown them, but they will change color. And then I'm gonna add some of the onion. And the garlic. Chopped garlic. Then this is a little trick so that you don't burn the onion. A little bit of onion, salt right there. See? So you will see the garlic and the onion change color. I mean, we don't want to brown them, but they will become translucent. And you add chopped tomatoes. It's ripe Roma tomatoes. Fresh ones. Don't get the canned. Now that you see that the juices are go on. Now you can add the water. And this spearmint.
Is that what we call hierba buena here in Mexico?
Hierba buena, sí.
Hierba buena.
Sí, exacto. So, and just bring it to a boil. Put the lid on and simmer. This is gonna be the garnishing for the bean soup. And you have the pasilla peppers, really dark in color, leathery, dried pepper. And that's the stem right there. So, I'm gonna seed it first. You cut the stem out, and you cut it lengthwise with some kitchen scissors. And then you just take all the seeds out, like that. Okay? Make sure you don't leave anything in there. And you just be using the skin, actually.
So, here we have the haba soup. And I have the very unenviable task of trying it out. So, here we go. It's delicious.
I'm glad you like it.
It's delicious. You can taste the chili, the mint, the hierba buena, the spearmint, the tomatoes. There's garlic in here, correct?
See, onions, tomato.
And then of course the haba bean. So as you can see, it's quickly disappearing, the soup. Now, something interesting is, you usually wouldn't find soup on a Mexican restaurant as far as the stereotypes that people have, and yet here you have this homemade dish that's typically made in the home, and you're now bringing it to the table where most people can come and try it.
I grew up eating this soup. Basically, it's a family recipe. They cooked it all the time at home, and you would have it, as an appetizer and then your main course.
And another interesting thing is, it's so simple in the ingredients, the fresh ingredients, but yet it has a very complex combination of the mint, the olive oil finishing, the haba beans, the garlic, and so it's something very, very basic, and yet all of the flavors together with the chile pasillo.
Oh yeah, it's great.
This is Zach Rabenor from Journey Mexico.
This is Carmen Porras from El Arrayan.
And together we're inviting you to come and experience a bit more of the Mexico you thought you knew. And please feel free to follow us on Twitter or Facebook at Journey Mexico or El Arrayan. We'd love to hear from you, any comments you have about the dishes or the show or anything else you have to say about Mexico and cuisine and spirits and tequila and wine and anything else.
Buen provecho.
Thanks for joining us.